So the first day in Mariupol, in the hospital when I switched on the body cam, I didn't think it was something special. But after some time I realised the value of those recordings and realised how important they were for history and humanity. Because I understood that there was a danger of death and I thought there was a possibility I wouldn't survive.
And you protected plenty of Ukrainian soldiers and people who've been injured in the invasion, but you've also had to look after some Russian soldiers who were injured as well.
Of course, I see every individual as a human. There is no difference for me. They are all patients. They all need treatment. And of course, we're extremely angry that they're killing so many Ukrainians. We wouldn't call them brothers, but they are humans to us. They're just very unfortunate to be born in such a country.
And then you were taken suddenly. What happened at that moment? Talk to us about the moment that they did come and get you.
Well, they stopped the bus. I was taking the children and women out of Mariupol. And they said, they didn't even ask, just show us your documents. They looked at my passport, they looked at my last name, thought about it and went into the building to the checkpoint. They were absent for several minutes. They came out and the conversation turned and became hostile.
I never know how true this is. I've never been in captivity, but I've heard it said.
Yeah, I like him.
I've heard it said that when you go into a prison, you do 2 days. The day you go in and the day you come out. But you were there for 3 months. Can you talk to us what that was like day to day when you knew that you were being held by these people who didn't want the Ukraine you knew to exist anymore?
At first, the days were very different. No day was like the next. But then with time, they became more alike. They merged together, though things were slightly different. The hell I went through. Ordinary people would be keen to forget. While being tortured, they were trying to force me to say on camera I was selling body organs, that I was killing somebody. They tried to get proof for themselves of something, but of course not a single country would accept those as evidence.
Talk to us about the day that you were released.
There's like a slit in the door which opens like a narrow little window that opened, and they shouted through this narrow slit, "Paievska, collect your things and out." And basically they took me out. I had no idea. They didn't tell me where or how or what they were going to do with me. They told me to wait in a particular room, then took me into a car and took me out somewhere on the outskirts. After some time, they exchanged me. Before, I made the decision that no one would ever touch my body again. But when I saw the soldiers, our Ukrainian soldiers, I ran to them and hugged them. I did. And my friends as well.
Is there more you'd like to see Britain and the West, America, doing to help Ukraine?
We need more weapons because Russia only understands the language of weapons.
So it follows then that while that regime of Vladimir Putin is in the Kremlin, you can't see there being an end to this fighting.
We can see what they are now asking for talks. It means they understood at this stage of the war they could not fight us or make us surrender through weapons. But what they really want is to have a breather so they can bring in more reinforcements and try again. But you know, nobody believed that Ukrainian would last more than 3 days. I can see Ukraine not just rebuilding the country, but building a new country.